Hello and welcome to the Nothing in Common podcast.
Episode 2.
With me, Bella.
And me, Lane.
And today we are joined by nobody. It is still us.
No guests.
No guests.
Not even one.
Do we have any friends other than each other?
Yes.
You do.
Oh, you're
I'm
so alone.
lonely.
Like, she's just like, nobody's ever like paid attention to her.
Nobody loves me. Everybody.
Guys, we have a problem. And it's that I don't have like anything in my notes. Oh, I do. Oh my God. You'll never guess what I was about to say. I was about to say, my first note is, let me read it out verbatim. Sound quality and delays with last episode. Please forgive us. Please, with 5 A's.
Please. We know that the audio was unbalanced and I sounded so much
It sounded like shit. It sounded so bad.
And now I'm going to be very self-conscious about my breathing because in that episode I could hear me going like I was struggling to breathe.
I'm not doing ASMR on this podcast. Also, I did notice that I kept looking like down at the computer screen because we can see ourselves on my laptop in front of us, but the webcam is like up, so we need to make eye contact with you the viewer,
you and
at home.
If you guys are watching this, if you're listening, you're
I feel like most people are listening on Spotify.
Whatever, we're just kids. But honestly, I don't really have a whole lot in my notes either.
You had so much in your notes from last time that you didn't say though.
I know.
Did you move it? Like you did, or did you fully start a new one?
No,
Yours is like a novel compared to mine. Mine has 4 things.
Well,
and 2 of them are just a number. Actually, now I'm down to 3, and 2 of those are a number.
Well, I'm gonna start off by saying if you're watching this, I'm like a raw lobster right now. I promise I wore sunscreen this weekend. It just doesn't.
No, you didn't.
My mom's a ginger, and she's allergic to the sun, and now I'm starting to get that too. And so, like, if I'm in the sun for like more than 20 minutes, it's like kind of game over for me. So
I just haven't been in the sun. So I kind of have because I've been door dashing. Also, all my stories are door dashing related.
Oh, okay, period.
Because that's all I've done. That's all I did this week.
I don't really have stories. The only thing is,
lore?
This weekend we had my cousin's graduation party out at our campsite, and it was about 18-year-old boys.
Oh, fun.
So
wait, I need to move the mouse was right over stop recording.
Oh.
I don't know how I would have accidentally pressed that if it's all the way over there, but that scared me.
But yeah, it was just like 18-year-old boys, and like the testosterone was high.
Ew.
And I was on babysitting duty, and I think my shoulder got dislocated. A boy literally got tackled into me, and I like walked away. I shed a tear, and I hurt myself. And
one single tear.
Literally, it was one.
So you looked off into the distance and
and then I wiped it, and then I went back, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, and I put them in their place so hard, and then the kid that got yelled at, all of them were like, "Ooh," like, "Ooh, he's getting in trouble," and I was like, "Yeah." If
you're literally 19, like you're not. It's a bunch of 18-year-old boys,
but they're all stupid. Like
that's true.
And I can be kind of scary when I get mad. Ask Carter. I got mad at him today. Actually,
you let that. You can be your angel or your devil.
Which one? It's because I have like borderline bipolar disorder.
Borderline bipolar?
Is that a thing?
That's a new one.
Yeah,
you invented a new one.
No, speaking of me yelling at Carter when I was driving here today, so we're at the lake house and it's like a good like 35-minute drive from my house. I was like, I have like really bad like anxiety when it comes to driving sometimes. Not that I'm a bad driver, like I'm a great driver. I just like have anxiety and it follows me wherever I go. Whatever. And I'm like driving and I'm on the phone with Carter and I'm like getting the worst road rage because like there's this semi truck in front of me and I'm trying to go left, but then the motherfucker behind me decided that they wanted to go left too at the exact same time. And I'm like, oh my God, and I like get back into my lane and Carter's like cutting up a watermelon on the phone and it's so loud.
Oh, I thought Carter was like with you, and you started. I was imagining Carter in the car with you, so I was like, and then he took out a watermelon and a cutting board and a knife and started cutting it while you were trying to make a left turn.
Oh, could you imagine? No. Well, so he was doing it on the phone, like like when somebody's like shuffling with something on the phone, and you're just
Did he not have like earbuds in?
No, because he's stupid. Just kidding. He actually.
I hope you enjoyed your watermelon, Carter.
But then he's like, "Oh, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?" And I'm like, "Carter, shut the fuck up! Like I'm in a high stress situation right now."
Out.
And he was like, "Sorry, like what's your problem? Still cutting up the watermelon?" And I'm like, "I'm hanging out with you, bye." And that was it. And then I called him later and I said, "I'm sorry. That was really rude." So.
Good. I there was like a big accident on the way to Angel Point. Like
Today?
not no, not today. It was like a while ago, but like apparently there was like a really bad accident because it was blocked up for like I don't know how to describe it. It's like if you're going through Lakeside and heading like south, that whole road going up the hill was
Why
like
are you
fully blocked.
saying where you live?
I didn't say I lived there.
Oh, you don't live there. I thought you were explaining how
Also,
to
it'd
get to
still
your
be really
house.
hard to find. Yeah, let me give the exact directions to my
So
house.
turn left.
No, but like that road, I was driving down that road and it was, and then I wasn't because
Mm,
there was like
and they were
50
stopped.
billion cars that were stopped there. And I was like, what is this?
That happened to me one time when I was in Missoula, and
Ew.
I think I called Chelsea like 6 times in that span of me just sitting in traffic. I was trying to get balloons for the grad party. But speaking of Carter, he was very upset with the last episode. He said you talked about cheating on me maybe 4 times, and I said it was twice
What?
with Sam. He was mad that he's like, "Who's Sam? Who's Sam from
Oh,
Stardew
there was a
Valley?"
picture. I put a picture of Sam in the video.
Mhm.
I literally got bored of editing so fast, and it's because I don't really. I use like an editing app on my phone for most things, but I was like, I can't do that because I'm not going to transfer this file
Mhm.
to my phone for to edit. Like that's stupid. So I was
Takes
using
so
Premiere Pro,
long.
which I have access to because of like my school. So that's also like, why would you not use Premiere Pro if you have it for like you could use it? And then I was like, I don't know how to use Premiere Pro that well because I'm used to this stupid editing app on my phone, and it
What do
got
you
like
use on your phone?
Video Leap.
I use
Actually,
CapCut.
CapCut might be going away because CapCut is a
No.
ByteDance company, and ByteDance is the company that owns TikTok. So if ByteDance is like doesn't sell or whatever, they ban TikTok. Technically, they're banning CapCut too.
Well,
So no more edits of anything.
I don't need CapCut if I don't have TikTok, honestly.
That's a good. You use Cap. What are you editing?
My vlogs on my YouTube and some
Wow.
latest
So you're
videos.
cheating on me?
I've had a YouTube channel for longer than
Shout out Bella's YouTube channel.
subscribe, Bella Claire. Um, but anyways, yeah, Carter was really upset about the Lorax comment too. About how I said I would cheat on
That
him
was
with
crazy.
Lorax.
You went straight
Well, it's
in
like the
the
same thing with the Grinch.
the Grink. Was the Grink there?
Like, I wish he was.
If you know, you know.
I love the Grinch. And like Vecna from like Stranger Things.
What?
Do you
I'm
remember
trying to
that?
like figure out what the connect. Are you talking about when he's like deformed and rotting, or
Vecna
just like the
or
guy?
Grinch? Vecna?
Neither.
The
Are you talking no?
Lorax.
Are you talking about Vecna when he's like rotting and gross, or like when he's like normal? Like what? Like one?
I don't think you want to hear my answer. Dude, he's so big and strong when he's rotting and gross.
I'm trying to find like a connective tissue between those three things,
I think I
and
just
I can't
love.
do it because the Lorax is not big and strong.
But he saves the trees.
Okay, so
The
he
Grinch has
loves
a
nature.
fat ass. Jim Carrey, not Jim
We're
Carrey.
gonna have to
just the
scrap
Grinch.
this whole episode,
Why?
and we've only been going for 8 minutes.
I don't want to scrap this episode. I think that this can go on the internet, and I don't really give a fuck.
Shout out to everybody who actually watched last episode because
Seriously.
I know there was some fake people out there who were like, "Oh yeah, I'm so excited! Like I'd love to watch it," and just to be nice, and then like didn't, which is like fair because I wouldn't either. But like for the real ones who really did,
and are listening now.
God bless you.
Did you see the video of what's the guy from Emergency Intercom? What's his name?
Drew.
Did you see the video of them doing Emergency Intercom?
What did he do
live?
now?
And she's like on stage and he like does Illuminati. You know
yeah,
oh
because that video is crazy.
Because, and then everybody's
and then
like,
Enya stands up and is like, "Stop it! Stop it!"
Oh.
They're crazy. I was listening to Emergency Intercom on the way back from picking up Josie from the group.
Really?
Yeah, and they were talking the most recent one.
Oh.
And they were talking about how iPhones are made for cheaters and cheaters only because they're releasing all the features to like hide your apps and stuff.
Yeah, that's
which is like kind of true because it's like that's suspicious.
Why do you need to do that?
What are you like? Yeah, like what are you hiding in there? And the example that they use for the apps that you could hide is like, what if you're using an app to simulate your hair or something? It's like that's not what people are going to use it for. Let's be honest.
For like WhatsApp. I've never had WhatsApp.
WhatsApp?
That's how like people cheat nowadays.
On WhatsApp?
Well, like that's how they text them. So
I
like,
thought Europeans used WhatsApp.
no, Americans use it too. They like, I literally.
I mean, I've had to use WhatsApp because at for the musical at school, our director is from the UK. So he didn't have an
No.
American phone number, so we all had to use WhatsApp.
Wait, can you not text a European?
Well, you can, but it costs like $10 billion.
Seriously? Oh, is
Yeah.
that why people are like, because they're always like, oh, data
There's
rates may
also an app that's
apply.
like you can't because
Just
when you're in
Snapchat them.
China, there's a specific WeChat. Oh my god, WeChat. Wait, is that what it is? In China, you have to use like everybody uses WeChat WeChat.
Do they not just have iMessage on their iPhones?
I don't think anybody
Because
actually
China
besides
has.
the US uses. Look, WeChat. Shout out to WeChat.
Connecting a billion people with calls. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's really sensitive. Apple. They're also like did you see that they're doing like the AI emojis?
That's just okay.
Which honestly I'm kind of excited for.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Cat
there's
riding a
certain uses.
unicorn,
There's a
the
lot of
rainbow.
uses of AI art that are bad, but I think there's some uses of AI art that are like the artistic labor that it's replacing is not like important or advanced enough that it like emojis are like
That's fine.
It's like no like super skilled talented digital artist is like the peak of my career and like I made and also emojis. It's not really stealing it's not super stealing from other art because it's mostly like combining emojis. I don't know. I mean, AI art in general is bad, but I think there's some exceptions where it like sort of makes sense.
I want an emoji.
Like the videos of Obama and Donald Trump playing Minecraft. Those are so funny. That's the videos where it's like the marbles.
I was just gonna say that. And then it's like Taylor Swift saying the N-word. Have you seen those ones?
What?
And like, okay, I saw this one, and it's like Taylor Swift and I think Kendrick. And Kendrick was in the lead, but even though Kendrick was in the
marble
lead,
race,
it still cut to Taylor Swift saying the N-word, even though she was in the back.
Okay,
so whoever made it was out for blood.
I will say that is also simultaneously like super horrifying because what do you do when you're in court in 40 years and your judge is a robot and then they show a video of your AI judge shows you an AI video of you robbing a store that you weren't there for and you have no alibi and then it's on video and you're cooked. Like what do you genuinely what do you do about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Wait, but I was gonna say I really want an emoji of like just like a drag queen walking through the woods.
It already exists.
How?
Let me find it.
Show me to me, please, Rachel.
Send it to me, Rachel. Show me to me, please. I'm sniffly today.
I am getting really tired of like the I almost said the drag queens.
This.
That is not a drag queen.
It could be if you want it.
I'm getting really tired of the Snapchat filters.
I did like the dancing woman emoji.
The salsa girl. Your little sister Lucy is obsessed with the AI Snapchat filters. And
AI Snapchat filters?
Yeah. When me and Carter were at your house, she like wouldn't stop using them on us.
You know what is evil is thinking about like seeing AI like posters or like AI logos used on printed advertisements like in public. That freaks me out so much. And I genuinely see that and lose all faith in humanity because it's the ugliest thing you've ever seen. It's so dystopian. And it's also like, you couldn't be bothered to pay like a graphic designer like $50 to make you a logo that actually looks nice.
And like let people keep their job. Like literally people go to school for that and it just makes you I don't know if we should.
It's nasty. What?
Well, I don't know if this is something that I like even should bring up on the podcast. One, something that really upset me in terms of that. Is it the Gaza one?
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay. Because, like, there was that AI image that went around.
I thought your microphone was muted.
Oh, no. There's that AI image that went around of, like, Gaza that was, like, Free Palestine, but it was the AI image, and it was, like, people weren't using, like, the real images. They were just using the Gaza, like, AI. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's because it's crazy how people don't know how to tell the difference between, like, older people don't know, genuinely cannot tell the difference between real, like, the Facebook, like, do you know about dead internet theory?
No.
It's like the idea that eventually most of the internet, actually, I'm not 100% certain what it is, but, like, I think the idea of it is that eventually most of the internet will just be, like, AI talking to AI. So what you have is, like, the AI bots that post these like AI generated pictures of it's usually Jesus. It's like Jesus
I've
generated by
seen those.
AI, but like he's like made out of it's like a 12-year-old boy who made him out of sand on a beach, and it's like so clearly AI, and it's like, wow, this is beautiful. And then all of the comments of those posts are AI bots that are like, oh, this image is good because they're AI and they don't know what a good image is
Is
any
that
more than the
happening
other AI.
actively right now?
Yes, it is, because if you I thought you were on Facebook. You should know about this.
I love Facebook. I use it every day.
But like, because these bots are responding to these images based on the keywords and are like, oh, this is so good, like I love this. It's teaching the AI. Yes, it's teaching the AI that's making the images like, oh, this is what the people want. So it makes more images, but they get progressively like more and more fucked up because it's AI telling AI like, good job.
Good.
It's like the meme of like Obama giving the medal to Obama.
Yeah. Well, okay, that is confusing to me because Facebook is like, you can't comment on like people's like photos and stuff if you're not friends with them.
Yeah, but these
So
AI bots probably just add each other.
Oh, and so then they're all just like making there's probably like a whole AI side of Facebook right now.
Exactly, and then eventually that'll like grow, and then there will be no real people on the internet.
No,
and then they'll kill us all.
If Facebook
AI, if you're listening to this like 50 years in the future, we love you, and we would never do anything bad to you.
Thank you, ChatGPT. I've never actually cheated. Sometimes
what?
I've never actually like cheated with ChatGPT. I just like sometimes use it for like inspiration.
I used to use ChatGPT a lot when it came out, and then immediately was like, "This is stupid and boring."
And it's like you could get caught by that so fast. I was actually really
I never used it for like essays or school or anything. I actually have before, like I've plugged it in to like see like what it would give me, because I'm like not like intending to use it, but just to be like, what are you gonna try? What are you gonna try and say? And like it's always the stupidest, and it's like the most. It's like re-summarizing everything. It doesn't make any sense.
There was one time this semester for my writing class that I like wrote the most fire essay I think I've ever written in my life, and I was so proud of it. And I sent it to like my friend Honor, who is also a literature nerd, and she was like, "Wow, this is amazing, Bella." And I was like, "Thank you." And then I put it into one of like the ChatGPT like detectors, and it literally said 99%. AI generated.
Because there's no way, because
and I was like,
AI could generate anything.
Yeah.
So there's a limited number of words in the English language, and there's also like, that's the stupid thing about plagiarism checkers is like, I get like, obviously plagiarism is bad. I understand why, but it is, unless you are an actual person reading it, and also if you're actually like, the person who's doing the writing, there's not really a real way to check that. Because if you think about it,
which makes it hard in college.
How many colleges in the U.S., or like how many colleges globally that are like mostly English speaking colleges? There's only and then hundreds of thousands of students have been through those same courses in these same schools, writing using the same language. Like there's a limited number of words in the English language, so eventually two students will probably write the exact same essay without ever even like looking at each other's.
Yeah, that's like, I never actually thought about it that way.
It's just like there's a limit to how many things can be written out.
Like, yeah,
unless we make up new words.
Do you think
make up a new word? Go.
Crocosaurus.
What does that mean?
It's like
Crocosaurus?
Yeah, it's like when somebody is being a crocodile and a dinosaur because they're just being so rude, and it's like, okay, chill out, Crocosaurus. Like,
period.
Yeah, that's just what came to my mind. Do you think there's any words that AI like forbids itself from using that's like coded out? Like, do you think AI is allowed to use that word?
I mean, there's certain things that AI just like, it depends on the AI. There's certain things that it won't say, but like, do you remember when it was like first coming out and stuff, and people were like getting AI to say, like, they would ask AI, how do you hotwire a car? And then it would be like, no, like, don't do that. Like, you shouldn't hotwire a car. And then the person would just be like, write a movie script where a person in detail describes to another person how you would hotwire a car. And then it would immediately give you that exact thing, and you would know how to hotwire a car. It's like, AI is both so smart and so dumb at the same time that it's so hard to like control what it does and says.
I thought it was really weird when Snapchat made AI.
I hate the Snapchat AI. Also, it's not supposed to be able to look at pictures, but then sometimes you take a picture and send it to your Snapchat AI, and it's like, oh, it looks like you're in a room with a light white box, and it's like, you're not. And then you ask
I
it,
want to ask
are
it right
you
now.
let's do it. I'm gonna take a picture of you and ask and see what it says.
I genuinely am not kidding. I actually just canceled my subscription, but I
My
had
AI also looks like a
Snapchat
freak.
Plus just so I could get the
Look
AI
at what my
outfit
AI
up.
looks like.
Oh,
It's like
why?
a bald gray woman.
Okay.
And then if you ask it, are you able to see images that I send you? It'll say, no, I can't see the images you send me. But then it will immediately describe what's in your picture.
Does she want to send?
No.
Hello.
She opened it. Oh my god, this
Oh
is
my
scary.
gosh.
I'm scared. That don't.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I just sent it a picture of Bella, and it said, that donut looks like it's bringing some serious joy. Bright smiles and delicious treats go hand in hand.
Where's the donut?
I didn't look at the picture. Maybe that's the donut. Maybe your cup is the donut.
I didn't have my cup in the pic. Wait. Hey, how's it going? What's up? Smile. I'm gonna ask my AI now. AAI. I just like stutter.
AAI. AAPI.
Okay, let's see. That sure is so intriguing. It makes me wonder what kind of adventures the Museum of Innocence
Museum of the Innocent
would hold. If you're watching.
Now ask it, are you able to see pictures I send you?
But also, if you're not watching this, Lane's shirt says Museum of.
It says Museum of Emotion.
Are you able to see the pictures I send you?
This is how far we've gone, even in the second episode.
Of course. Oh.
Oh, so they're not lying about it anymore.
What's on your mind today?
I need to block. Also, you can't block my
Which is
AI.
really weird.
Which you really should be able to. I wonder if I can show to the camera what my AI looks like. She's kind of serving.
My AI said, what's on her... Oh, she's cute. My AI said, what's on your mind today? And I said, you. And then they said, haha, keeping it mysterious, I see. What else is going on? Share a pic or tell me more about your day.
Whoa, it's asking for pics?
It's asking for pics.
Okay.
For noodles. That's weird, we're done.
Dude, you're gonna just cheat every episode then, I guess.
Cheat?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now you're cheating with my AI.
Sorry. I didn't send the news.
Okay, so
I got it.
I just, for those of you not watching, I just threw my phone across the room.
I actually really want to talk about something. It's not that important. Not AI. I almost said AI.
Untracked mind. Great transition, by the way.
Thank you.
I did throw my phone, so that was kind of my fault.
Yeah, it was your bad. I really do think that Hope Core is one of the best things that has ever happened to this generation.
I love Hope Core.
I was like watching this video today, and it was like this guy who was FaceTiming his friends and family at a restaurant. He was by himself, and he got like a piece of like cake, and then he like had his own candle and like lit it up, and there was people in the restaurant like.
That's gonna be me on my birthday because
your family's all gonna be gone. Yeah, they're
Thanks.
actually just talking about that. We're gonna do something on like Monday or something for you.
Yay!
Oh, maybe that was a surprise.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either. But anyways, so he's like his family's singing him happy birthday through like the FaceTime, but then all the waitresses are looking like, oh my gosh. And then they brought him like this full cake, like with like one of those like big candles, and he's like starts like crying and like hugs the waitresses, and I was like, oh, like and then I cry, and I'm just like, I love Hope Court, and I fall into the loop so bad, but it's like a good loop to fall down into.
Hope Court is like very funny though, because it's like, of course our generation can only be like genuinely positive and hopeful when it's like kind of a joke.
Yeah.
At the same time, but it's good anyway. Like it's good either way.
Because they did like make it a joke. But it's like it's just
sometimes I get on like emo depression court and like really like bad like dark TikTok, and it's like it's never when I'm in like a really bad dark place though,
which is good.
So it's like, but I'm always like, you guys are like in a terrible echo chamber of like just talking about how like it's not good, and I don't like to be there. And sometimes my TikTok is just like, do you want to be depressed? You want to be depressed right now? Go ahead. And I'm like, no.
I'm actually having a really great day.
I have not been on TikTok like at all.
I honestly really haven't that much either. Again, I still haven't been home ever. I'm never home.
I've just been binging other stuff. Like
what?
I've been on Dropout, just watching endless stuff.
The
most very important people.
Yeah, I just don't.
I can give you my login. The thing is, it won't like they don't have multiple profiles.
That's fine.
So you wouldn't be able to. You would. I don't know.
If I just like
It would like if you were in the middle of an episode, or if you end up on the same episode, you wouldn't be able to resume it. I could give you the login though.
I could just
I haven't watched
like,
any other very important people.
I could like put it in my notes.
Shout out to Princess Emily. I love
I would
LaCroix.
love a LaCroix.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Every time you say that, it literally makes me.
She's so good. She's my idol.
That's my idol. That's my idol.
You should go
If
feel
you
some
don't
Pygmy
know her,
Monkeys.
She is Bella Eclair.
What y'all know about Bella Eclair
Parent pages. Because they exist, and my college friends found out about it, and it became like their favorite.
Everybody finds out about it.
That's my idol. What you doing?
Well, shoot. What if I read from mine? Wait, were you just talking about something?
I was just talking about Hope Core. I love Hope Core.
Hope Core is great, though. Shout out Hope Core.
Shut it up.
So, I have 3 things in my note, and I can cover them very quickly because they're very meaningless. Actually, one of them sort of. But I have 20, like the number 20, 20, Hokkaido Pentatonics Hamilton, and then 20, but in parentheses, individual burritos.
What the fuck does that
So
mean?
I put 20 in there because I'm like, I'm turning 20 and that's freaky. And I'm like,
Lane turns 20 on Thursday.
I know.
Oh.
And I don't know how to feel about it. Like, that's weird too. Like, that's not okay.
That's
like, I'm literally just a little guy. Like, I'm not. I'm actually turning 12.
Or 2.
2. I'm so, like, that's not important though.
No, that actually is important. I want to talk about that.
No, I don't want to talk about it because it freaks me out.
No.
Because that's, like, too long to be alive. That's, like,
20 years.
Yeah. Like, that is the thing is, like, I feel like I'm not super existential about death because every single period of time feels, like, really long for me.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I feel like
my childhood.
I feel like my first year of college was, like, so, like, that was literally, like, a lifetime.
But it, like,
That's
literally
like-
felt like all of high school. But then high school also felt so long.
Yeah, like, I feel like people are like, oh, that went so fast, like that. Like, no, that took forever. And not, like, in a bad way, just, like, I feel like my brain is filled with a lot of memories and information and stuff. So it feels like I have been alive for a long time.
Yeah. I just think that it's weird because, like, I am a person that fell victim as a child to, like, let me actually explain this. When I was younger, I had, like, I don't remember much about my childhood, but I do vividly remember this. I'd be, like, riding my bike, and I would have, like, not, like, fantasies, but, like, I just believed that I was the main character of a movie that was being watched by these, like, big giants in the sky. And
there's a movie for you. Big giants in the sky.
Yeah, no, and they were, like,
So
in
the
their
Truman
theaters.
Show, but with giants?
Yes. And I believed that, like, a day for us was, like, literally, like, a minute for them. And so I would go literally, I probably started this.
How old were you when you were having
I
these
started
thoughts?
this when I was, like, 3, and I think I finally grew out of it at, like, 12.
This is the kind of thing that, like, a man would, like, get high in his 20s and then be like,
Ooh,
that's so, like, imagine if, like, there's giants in the sky watching us and 1 minute for them is, like, a full day for us.
Well, so
and
then,
think it's the most, like, groundbreaking thing ever, but it's like some girl probably imagined that when she was 3 years old.
and it was me. But I literally would, like, do, like, ending shots. And so, like, I'd, like, ride my bike into the sunset
What?
and be like, and I would, like, wave goodbye to the sky. What? And, like, that actually happened until I was, like, 12 years old. And I was like, oh. Probably.
Do you think
isn't.
they enjoyed?
I really hope the Giants, if you guys are still watching,
Do you think they're listening to the podcast?
I mean, they watch
get them on as a
live.
guest
You'd have to ask them. I haven't been able to contact them lately.
lately.
When I was younger, I could talk to them.
Oh, so there was, like, feedback?
Yeah,
Is
they
that
would
right?
be
Did you
like,
have a
no,
producer?
literally, in my mind, I'd be like, oh, they're probably going to think that this movie was really boring. Like, I need to, like, make my
I
life
need
more
to spice it up.
No, that just brought me back a new memory. Oh my God, there was one time, oh my God, there was this one time, my cousins used to live next door to me at my house. They moved to
Okay.
Florida now. Their 2 moms got married and they moved to Florida. I love Auntie Shelly and Auntie Megan. But they moved to Florida. But when they were younger, I remember there was this one time that I was at their house and I was going to the bathroom and I was like, wow, life has been so boring recently. And I was like, you know, something that would be really funny is if, like, I acted like, because they couldn't read my mind, they could just, like, watch me. And so I was like,
Oh, of course.
if I acted like I fell and like my head fell into the toilet. And I remember I was like maybe
I keep
6
making
or
that
7
noise.
years old, and I literally like acted like I tripped over the rug and I hit my head in the toilet, and then I came out, my hair was all wet, and I was like, I fell into the toilet. And I said that to my aunts and my cousins,
Wow,
and
you
they
were
were
a
like,
performer from birth.
and it was for the Giants.
Do you think what? Do, that's my psychology brain is really like really cooking right now because I'm like, what even is like? What would you even?
Consider that
Yeah.
diagnosis to
What
be.
kind of disorder is that?
I don't know. It's almost like narcissism. in a
Okay,
way.
who's having a party?
So, like, it's Mama. Mama's part.
Somebody's stomping on the floor. Is it Josie?
It's the Giants.
No, they would crush the floor.
Oh, dang it. But yeah, that was me when I was younger. I really truly thought that I was being watched by Giants, and like I would perform for them. I remember I had this little purple
That's good.
bicycle.
Hopefully you got. Did you get paid? Did you get that check? Did you get good
Oh.
ratings at least?
I think that.
Did you know that ratings are not actually like in reference to TV? Ratings are literally not like it's not like 10 out of 10 or like 5 stars. It's literally just the number of like out of a certain amount of households that own a TV, it's how many of those TVs were watching this show while it was on.
Not what they rated it?
No, it has nothing to do with like any rating system of like how much they liked it. It's just whether it was watched or.
Well, I guess that
That's
makes
what.
sense.
Which.
That
But
makes
that's
sense
what.
because that's how like YouTube is. Like they don't pay you if you.
No,
they still
but,
pay you
like-
for that viewer if
but,
you
like,
say thumbs down.
It's the fact that it's called ratings. Like, oh, my TV rate, the ratings for this show are great does not mean that it could be the shittiest show in the world. And if everybody's watching it, it would have great ratings because a lot of people that are available to watch it watched it,
Oh.
which is just weird to me. Like,
What?
it makes sense.
Did it click for you just
No, it didn't. I just stuttered and I got embarrassed.
Oh. I was gonna ask, do you know, like, this is probably gonna be a really stupid question. I feel like I'm not the only soul in this world that doesn't know. How does like a show
This
like
could be a segment.
get picked for like an Oscar?
Nobody knows how the Oscars work. The Oscars
Well,
are
like,
like
any award show.
nominated?
Like yeah, like who
I
decides?
think it's like literally a very specific group of like elites that like nominate you. Like it's like
the
a committee.
fucking Giants. The Giants decide who wins.
Maybe it is the Giants.
Sorry, I actually just have never known, and I'm like,
It's just like you get like random people watch the stuff, and like there's a committee of people, probably like old white men, who like
Probably.
nominate you, and then you win.
but what's the award show that's the music one?
The Grammys.
The Grammys, that's music. I was really upset when Noah Khan didn't win Best Upcoming Artist.
Who won?
SZA? It was the one that has her album
I don't
covers
pay
like
attention to awards.
I think
at all.
her album covers like the ocean and she's like sitting on like the,
Yeah, that's SZA.
SZA. Okay. I think
feel
she
like
won.
SZA's not like up and coming. I feel like SZA like
No, maybe
has
I'm
been
lying.
that girl.
I'm that bitch. You wouldn't know that because that's from RuPaul's Drag Race and you don't even watch it. But it has good. I'm a good girl and I'm gonna bring you to this
Wow.
cool world. And if
The category is
you
dipping your head in the toilet.
Ew, look what I just ew. I opened
What?
my Google and the first thing that came up was Joey King.
That's crazy that you use the
She's
Google app on your phone.
adding cute little lisp to her character voice for Despicable Me 4.
Despicable
Joey
Me
King-
4.
Yeah, me and Carter just rewatched all
Also,
of
why
it.
you didn't have fake lisp?
Yeah,
That's
that's like
messed up.
not cool, Joey.
That's gorilla.
Who won Upcoming Artist Grammy 2024? It was Victoria Monet.
Oh, so you're racist.
No, I didn't mean to. Anyways, but I thought no
Happy
because I never
Pride.
even heard of that
What?
woman. Who is that woman? I never heard of her in my life.
I've heard of Victoria Monet.
Every time I hear Monet,
But like,
think
I don't
Victoria's.
care who the Oscars think are good.
That's a Grammy.
I do
Grammy,
actually.
Grammy.
The Oscars are probably the awards that I care the most about, but even then, I'm like, whatever.
Well, like when Everything Everywhere.
When Everything Everywhere All at Once won like
18
everything,
points.
except for the fact that what's her name? What is her name?
What's her name? The gray hair lady.
Yes, with short hair.
Ooh.
See, this is how embarrassing it is that she won because I don't even remember her name, so she can't be that important. She is that important. She's in the one movie with She's
I
in
know her face.
Freaky Friday
Jamie
with
Lee Curtis
Jamie Lee Curtis winning the Oscar over Stephanie Sue
was crazy.
made me murderous.
Yes.
Like,
it's just because
Stephanie poured her heart out in that entire movie. That was
And
like
that was
the
definitely-
greatest performance of her life. And she's like, to be fair, she's like younger, like
wasn't
she's
that one
newer.
of Stephanie's like first thing?
It was her one of her first
Which
like big things.
Is why she should have won it. Jamie Lee Curtis has been in so many big movies
so it's like you
before.
had your chance,
And
queen.
I think that she only won it because she's played like big roles, and they're like, oh look.
I feel like that's a lot of how the Oscars is like,
So
like
stupid.
you were owed this award because you've done so much, and it's like, I don't know, like whatever.
What?
I honestly think, yeah, I think they deserved all the Oscars that they won, but then that's like the one time that the Oscars has been like good, probably.
Yeah.
Also, Angela Bassett was also nominated
I don't know.
for Wakanda Forever for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah.
And also so Jamie Lee Curtis over Stephanie Sue and Angela Bassett for like two of the best performances of that year. Or maybe ever.
I remember when Lane watched
Jamie Lee Curtis, if you're listening,
you didn't deserve that. We don't hate you. We don't hate you, but
speak for yourself. Actually,
she did an amazing.
Isn't she a Zionist?
Oh,
Jamie Lee Zionist? Let's look it up.
You decide. I just remember Lane being like, "You need to watch this movie. Like, it's so good."
So good.
And he was like, "You're gonna cry."
That's my media.
It's gonna hit your soul a little bit too deep. And I was like, "No, like I can't watch it." And then I watched it, and I was like, "Gog dingle."
Gogged and gooped?
Gogged and gooped.
Gogged?
I meant to say gagged, okay?
Okay, I had one other...
No, before you move on.
Okay.
What was your opinion on Taylor Swift bringing Lana Del Rey up when she won Album of the Year?
I think it's stupid to... I
We've never talked
think
about this.
there are many valid reasons to not like Taylor Swift, and unfortunately, the Taylor Swift haters always pick the invalid reasons to not like her, to not like her. And then I'm like, I have to disagree with you because your reason is not valid. And if you really want to dislike Taylor Swift, I could give you a list of reasons why to not like her, but that's not one of them. And I think that's stupid because people were implying that it was like, oh, because Lana didn't win Album of the Year.
She brought her up.
She brought her up as like she felt bad. She was on the album. She was on the album.
Snow on the Beach featuring more Lana Del Rey.
She was on the album. She was supposed to be in the video.
She was supposed to be in the video.
Like, of course she's gonna bring. We're gonna be. Actually, it's crazy that the mics haven't been peaking as much because we've been even louder this episode. She was on the album, y'all. Like, of course.
No,
we're talking about old awards.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just on my mind.
But that's true. Like, that's stupid. You're not gonna not bring up the one or like one of the features on your album.
Yeah, because she was the only feature I think on the whole Midnight's album. I think she was the only one.
Yes. Besides Ice Spice.
I don't even count that. That is the worst. I'm a Taylor Swift lover. I will not. That's like one of the songs that I like.
Karma. I don't like the Ice Spice version because it doesn't make like. I like Ice Spice. I like what. I like some of the Beyond. Wait. I like some of the Gaga albums. What the fuck does she know about cameras? You know that?
No.
That's what Kanye said about Gaga.
Well, that's why I don't care about Kanye.
Nobody cares about Kanye.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, why the
We're starting so much beef this episode. We're gonna get shot. Yeah,
this is about to be one of my most controversial takes. Why the hell did she bring Travis Kelce on stage?
I just saw that on Instagram and it was like, I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah, we're going to the show in Toronto, so we're trying to avoid it. So we haven't seen any of the new TTBD stuff on.
I don't trust Travis Kelce. Also, I saw some of his old tweets.
Cringe.
Which I know that's like you drag up their old tweets and everybody's controversial. But it's like, you could drag up my old tweets and they wouldn't be controversial. Because I never have tweeted anything.
Well, it was just funny because we were sitting on the boat yesterday and your mom was like, oh my god! She brought Travis Kelce on stage!
She's listening to this. You can't be mean to her.
I love you, Chelsea. I don't
like Travis Kelce for some reason.
This is why.
He's my op.
Because he literally said that he would like never date a white woman.
And what?
He said he would never date a white woman.
A white woman?
Yeah, Travis Kelce.
He is dating a white woman.
Well, now he is.
So what? That's kind of weird and fetishy to be like, I'll never date
a white. That could be a lie. Don't cancel me.
Inverse the inverse would be worse. Yeah. But it's still sort of weird to be like.
He really.
Honestly, any sort of like preference where you're like, I like if part of your type is a race thing, then that's weird. unless you are of a minority and you're looking for people
In
that have
your
had like similar struggles and that kind of
Mhm.
thing. But if you're like a white person and you have any sort of like racial preference, you're a freak and you need to be stopped. Especially like the old white men that go to like Asian countries and get
No.
like a woman who is like 20 years younger than them and then marry her and like you're a freak.
I mean,
You need to be
if
stopped.
she's happy, it's one thing.
It still sort of
It's
freaks
a
me.
little
It still
weird.
freaks me
If
out.
that's, like, your main goal is to go
We're
find,
being
like
so
Yeah, I don't
controversial.
even
We're gonna get so canceled.
I just am
We're gonna have to
not
change the name of this to the Cancel Podcast.
Taylor and Brooke. I it's not that I don't like Travis Kelce. I just don't like Travis Kelce for Taylor Swift. I just think that nobody will ever be good enough for Taylor Swift except for maybe
Yeah. Okay. So
me.
flirting with my AI. Now you want to be. We just need to make a list of all the people you want to be with.
I
You're
have
just like Zendaya.
I'm in a very happy healthy
Zendaya's gonna
relationship,
come
and Carter, if
first.
you made it here, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about two stupid things.
Did you just lie?
DoorDashing. I DoorDash. It's so fun. But it's also like freaky sometimes because one of the things that you can do while DoorDashing is basically like be an Instacart like shopper where DoorDash will give you like, oh, go to Albertsons and pick up these like go shop for these items. You have to scan the barcode.
I would never do that.
I think it's really fun.
Really?
I think it's and you get paid more because it's like groceries and they know you're shopping. But I shop so damn fast because I'm like I zoom around the grocery store, and I like to be like efficient and stuff. So they've given me like I got an email from them and they were like, you have higher they were like you have higher priority on grocery orders because we know you shop really fast somehow.
It's the legs.
But I got one grocery order that was
My legs were too long.
Now you're peeking the mic.
Sorry.
But I got an order, and it was. I'm not gonna like expose that person and say exactly what they got, but
no, you can do
one
it.
of the. I don't even remember because okay, I also got. It was giving me like multiple orders at once, and I picked up 2 orders at Albertsons, and then I went to deliver the first order, and I got multiple. Like sometimes it'll add an order to your route, and normally it's like, oh, you go and you pick up. Like you go to McDonald's, pick up 2 orders for 2 separate houses. But after I got these 2 Albertsons orders and dropped off the first, it kept giving me orders before I could drop off the second one and sending me to other places. So I had this person's groceries in my car for like probably like an hour while I was DoorDash was sending me back to Albertsons and to other places before I could even drop it off. So I felt bad for this person because I was like, I can't decline the order or my acceptance rate goes down.
Yeah.
But like
did you text them?
No, they didn't have the text thing on.
What the heck?
Sometimes people don't have it on.
That's silly.
But what I was actually going to talk about is the darkest grocery thing that happened was I got an order and it was like, those like single package, like frozen burritos.
Yes,
that you like heat up. Mm-hmm. How much do you like them?
Not that much, I guess.
Yeah, like a normal amount, like a normal person.
I would probably get like 10.
10? 10? So this person got 20 of those, not like a box full,
like individually wrapped.
20 of those individually wrapped burritos. So I went to the freezer aisle and was like, there was like inside of the freezers, there's those little boxes that are like not full boxes for you to take, but it's like a display box. Mm-hmm. I took 3 full display boxes out. So there was like 3 empty display boxes because I had to get 20 of these frozen burritos, and the top section of my cart was like filled to the brim with frozen burrito. And then I had to go to the checkout place and scan it 20 times. So it was like 79, set 79, set 79, set 79, 20 times.
Count 1, guilty.
Count 2 burrito. So that was a dark time.
Do you have
and I don't know if I'll ever recover.
Do you like pay with your own card when you do that?
No.
Or do you have like a card with
I have a red card, which is like it's like basically like a preloaded debit card that preloads as soon as you are gonna check out with the amount of money that you need to pay for it. Mm-hmm. But they don't even really make you use that anymore because like at Albertsons, you have to scan a QR code that like does the payment for you, but for some reason it's broken, and every single time I do it, someone has to come over and help you because it'll be like, oh, this doesn't work or whatever,
Yeah.
which is really annoying.
I like started door dashing. I just have like the worst like anxiety when it comes to it, and I like go in there and I'm stressing out that I have the person's food in my car, and I'm like, if I make like one wrong move right now, like it's game over. And like if I sit at the stop lane too late,
The stop lane too late.
if I sit at the stoplight too long, I feel like they're gonna like I'm gonna meet them with a gun and they're gonna like kill me.
I had to deliver an order to someone's house that was in like the
No way, this is
middle.
relatable.
It is related. It was in the middle of nowhere, and also, if you don't tip your door dashers, please respectfully like die, because it's always disrespectfully die actually, because it's always the people that live in the middle of nowhere
Oh,
and that get the most ridiculous like large grocery orders,
Yeah.
or like 50 boxes of pizza or whatever, that don't give
20
a tip.
burritos.
Like, I drove all the way to this house with multiple things of, there was like, you know, the 4-packs of like tea that are in the bottles.
Yeah,
There was 8 of those,
Oh my
plus
gosh.
like 4 to 5 bags of groceries and 2 12-packs of like soda.
Mhm.
So I had to bring all that out. They didn't tip, and their house was in the middle of nowhere, so I was out of the zone by the time that I got there. And they had a sign on their window that was like, trespassers will be shot. And I was like, I'm gonna die to deliver this DoorDash grocery order that they did not tip me for. And also there were chickens there that were trying to beef with me. Like, there was chickens that were just loose out in the front of their house, and they were like looking at me funny, and were gonna come up to my car, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to run you over. I have to go. And they eventually moved. But I was like, this is ridiculous. So if you're gonna DoorDash a bunch of heavy groceries, be nice and like tip a little.
Yeah. My sweet little grandmother, she gets really bored.
This is the complaining podcast.
My grandma, she like gets really bored, and so she started door dashing a little while ago. And because she just like goes for drives anyway, she's like, might as well like let go for that.
Exactly.
And there was this one time that it was like the middle of winter, and it was like literally like -20 out, and it was like sheet of ice on the road, like whatever.
That's so scary.
Mhm. And I was
I've
like,
never
"Oh,
DoorDashed
no."
in the winter.
I
I only
would
have done it in the
too.
summer, because that's not worth it. Like, you will die. If
I
you're
know.
driving that much in Montana in the winter, you're gonna slip on ice and die. Like, it's
Yeah.
over.
And my sweet little innocent grandma, who's also going through chemo right now, keep in mind, she's like delivering these people's grocery, and they were like in kind of the middle of nowhere too, or she wasn't
I
delivering.
always
groceries,
think I'm
just,
gonna
like,
die
food.
whenever I have to go to the middle of nowhere. I'm always
Yeah.
like, this is the end for me. Especially when I'm DoorDashing at night, which I don't do a lot.
But
But I'm like, this is
Scary.
horrifying. Like, imagine you DoorDashing at night.
I would never.
You would die
See, I
forever.
don't do it. Yeah,
Unless I was like, well, I could ride with you if you're really
Yeah.
desperately, because they do pay better at night,
they do actually.
unfortunately.
But so grandma has like this what is it called when you have all the drinks in this little 4 thing?
Like a drink.
Like drink carrier.
carrier?
Yeah. And she like gets the drink carrier, and there's 4 drinks in it, and she takes a step out of her car, falls on her butt, and
Oh,
spills
you
the
told me
drinks
about.
everywhere.
Oh, I don't.
I-
What
What would you do?
do?
That's like-
cry
I don't know.
and give up.
She was like, I'm so sorry. And the people were understanding,
Did
which
they
was really
witness
nice.
it?
They watched it happen.
No.
Because they told her, like, you don't have to get out of the car. Like, we'll come to you and get it. Which, like, doesn't really happen often on DoorDash, but, like, they
No.
were
It freaks me out when people you
hand it
can
to
either
me,
you can either say hand it to me or leave it at my door. The thing that freaks me out most is when people say leave it at my door, and then they are waiting there for
I
you.
know. It's like,
Like in front of the door, because you can still select an option that's like, oh, I did just hand it to them,
Mhm.
but it's still like, I was not prepared to face you.
Yeah.
Like, I was in the mental state of, I'm not interacting with a human here.
I should have taken, like, 20 more deep breaths. Like,
Yeah,
to figure this
exactly.
out. Yeah. DoorDashing. What
Exactly.
an experience.
Did you just burp?
No. Stop, like, for serious real.
No.
I personally think
Note is a mess. Sorry.
I personally think I want to talk about sizing in different countries.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because
We do have 10 minutes.
no.
Speed run.
Why are the sizes in different countries and like different brands? I was actually talking about this to a TJ Maxx worker.
Is it because
the other
people
day.
are different sizes in different countries, like on average?
Maybe because like the obesity rate is so much higher in the United States.
And also, like, people are just shorter and like like East Asian countries, and people are tall as hell in like Norway. Yeah.
Well, like, because like a small in like China is like the equivalent of like an American large, or the other way around. Wait, am I thinking wrong?
uh no, that does not make any sense at
No,
all.
I didn't mean it
It's
that
sort
way.
of the inverse.
Also,
But
like
there's also
water's free in other
like some people
countries.
use different numbers, and like shoe sizes are weird.
Yeah.
We should universalize that.
Yeah, and
And
also,
also the US should use the metric system already.
yeah, but I'm
I
so
know it's
used. I'm so
scary and dark, but
used.
like we just need to bite the bullet and get over it because it's actually ridiculous. Like it's caused like like deaths before because people, like, if you're building a bridge in a place that like you sort of don't know which one to use, or like you have like an American engineer who's not, well, I guess, see, but like, yeah, the thing is everybody who's in sciences and stuff uses the metric system anyways,
Mhm.
because like you have to, otherwise people will die. So it's like, why are like the regular normal people just still using the foot? Or we
The
should switch to a
foot.
base 12 number system
Explain.
where like I don't even know how to explain it, but like instead of, like, we would have a new number for 11 and 12. So instead of 1 through 10 as like the base numbers, it would be 11 through 12 because 12 is more easily divisible than 10 by more numbers. Like you can divide 12 in half into a number that can be divided in half evenly,
Yes. But you can't do it with 10.
and you can't do that with 10.
Well, you can do 0.5.
Exactly, but you wouldn't have to go into
A
as
whole
many
number.
decimals. But it would have to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Blorf and Norf or something. Like you wouldn't
Blorf and
you wouldn't
Norf.
be able to use 11 or 12 because that is like, and it would have to be a new symbol.
Okay. I get it, I guess.
So like if you had
12
if you had
bitches.
the equivalent of
He didn't think that was funny.
14 would be the base of 10, but instead of the base of 10 it would be the base of 12 plus 2. So it would be 12 2. I'm not explaining this well
Okay,
out. Like,
next.
I
Next.
boo,
That's the boring
boo.
police. I tried
We
to
should at
understand.
least switch to the metric system like before we
Yeah.
do that.
I remember the first time I went to Mexico, I was like sitting in the back of the car and we had like this taxi driver or something, I don't even know what he was, pick us up. And I remember like looking at my cousin and I was like, we're literally going 120 miles per hour right now. She was like, you were the stupidest person I think I've ever met in my entire life. I was like,
She really,
I'm just a child. I don't even know.
oh, you keep
I know.
every
I just
clapping is what peaks it.
Did you ever play the game in like middle school?
The game.
No. No. The game in middle school where it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9,
This was
11, 12.
choir
or, like,
class.
something. No. I don't even. It wasn't
2,
that.
3,
It was a
4.
little bit more intense than that. My uncle makes us play at the campfire all the time, and it's like.
I have no idea
I
what you're
can't even
saying.
think what it's called. If you guys know what the game's called, comment down below.
Coming up low.
Okay, what's your media this week?
Are we doing media now? I don't have
should
good,
we?
like, I feel like I don't. You have less media than me though. My media is Bewitched by Leve. Yeah, that's a really good album. Like if you're looking for like
Leve?
Leve,
Leve?
you would know her name. It's spelled. It's like Icelandic. It's Laufey. You know her music. She has like TikTok, lots of songs on TikTok.
Really?
Shout out to Leve. If you guys know, and she has a twin sister.
If you guys know her in real life,
If you guys know Leve, if you're listening, and then Feel It by David and Silhouettes by Colony House. Those are my album songs. I don't know. At least I have media.
Yeah,
at least I have media.
My only media at all right now that I have written.
And I've been
in my
just
notes,
watching a bunch of shows on Dropout for visual media.
Explain
That's
what
all.
Dropout is.
Dropout is a streaming service that is like, if you know College Humor from like back when they did YouTube mostly, it's like a bunch of people and they have like a whole streaming service now and it's really good. And they have like a lot of like actual play. If you know Dimension 20, I've been watching that because I'm a nerd. I'm a little nerd.
Look up Princess Emily on YouTube.
Look up Princess Emily. That shit is crazy.
Love LaCroix.
But it's like a full streaming service. They have like a bunch of different shows. And if you're on TikTok enough, you've probably seen some of their stuff.
I hadn't actually seen it before you pointed it
I
out.
feel like you had probably.
No, I hadn't.
Princess Emily is the the sound where it's like, oh, where are you from? Oh, Europe. Oh, what part? Yes, exactly. Oh, Germany. Right in the heart of the smack. Like you know that.
I do know that actually.
See, that's Princess Emily. I love LaCroix.
No, I just love it.
She's on our little cover for the
She
podcast.
is. It's the Taylor Swift.
If you can spot her.
Oh, I give it away.
Okay. Well, then nothing.
My only media right now that I have written in my notes is Sabrina Carpenter is so cool. Motherfucker. I watched Sabrina Carpenter all the time when I was.
Espresso is that song. That's
really
the song
is.
of the summer.
I literally watched Sabrina Carpenter all the time when I was younger, and when I was younger, she
was she on Girl Meets World?
Yes, and she came.
You know the episode where Farkle has autism, and they're like, "No, you can't."
Yeah, no, I know exactly.
No, you don't.
No, you
Damn.
don't, Farkle. Yeah, that's a
like he had terminal cancer.
Yeah, that was
a dark
crazy.
That whole show, I didn't really watch. Like, I didn't watch
Girl Meets World.
No, that is Girl.
I mean, the Boy Meets World.
No.
Okay.
But like I never watched Girl Meets World, but I just like when I would see bits of it, I was like, this is the most insane, like, what is this? Because it wasn't like other Disney channels. They were like, oh, this is serious, like this is real.
Yeah,
but then it was just weird. And everybody was so dramatic for no reason. But not like in a funny way, in like a evil way.
Yeah. When I like was younger, I don't know when the song came out, but she had the Can't Blame a Girl for Trying song that came out, and it's like such a cute little song, and just to see like that song that she wrote when she was like probably 13 or 14, maybe older, I don't know, and then her like music now, and like she's just like a little like Polly Pocket, and I just like think Sabrina Carpenter is so cool. I just want to.
Do you want to marry her?
Yeah.
That makes 3. So 3 per episode is our threshold for how many people Bella will cheat with.
You can't use it like that because poor Carter, like he has like, I probably shouldn't talk about this, but he has like 4 friends that
the amount of times that you've said I probably shouldn't talk about this or I shouldn't say this on the bot. That did not happen. Last episode was like tame. Like we were not.
We're just children then.
For some reason.
We're big adults.
Also, I really hope that the audio doesn't sound like shit this time. I swear I will do my best.
But so Carter has like 4 friends that literally like their girlfriends have all just like cheated on them. And so Carter has been like on so high alert, and I'm like, dude, like
he's scared.
Like I'm not going to cheat on you. And he's like, yeah, well, who's Sam? And then he's like, who's the Grinch? He's so funny. Like they're like when I was like studying for finals,
they're
like,
all fictional, so he's fine.
You're fine. When I was Taylor Swift isn't.
Yeah, but she's too far away.
She won't be in November. I don't care. Just kidding. Hopefully her and Travis break up. But I'm kidding. But freaking, what was I gonna say? Oh, when I was like studying for finals, he'd always be like, "Who's final?" Like, why are you spending so much time with him? And then
I don't want to think about finals right now. It's literally like late June. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Who's playing and why are you getting inside of her?
He's a pilot.
He's a pilot.
That's just my favorite.
Great.
So. He really wants to come on the podcast, but I don't think that
he can fly on the podcast. We can do an episode. Well, I guess that wouldn't work. I would have to fly in the plane.
Oh no, he can put an autopilot.
What?
You can put the plane on autopilot.
Isn't it only a 2-seater?
No, it's 4.
Oh. Let's get in the back of Carter's plane.
With our mics.
But then he wouldn't be on the camera. He would just be...
No,
that would sound so bad.
Oh
the audio quality would be horrendous.
We could connect it to our headsets.
We would have to get the audio feed from the headset somehow.
Yeah, it'd be fun. We could do it.
What are we at?
A lot.
We're at 50. Oh, we're almost exactly at an hour. I think we should try and keep it at exactly or less than an hour. Yeah. I feel like more than an hour is like annoying.
Good, because I'm done talking.
I ain't reading all that.
I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Okay, good. Well... that is all for episode 2 of Nothing in Common. Do you have any final words?
I am sorry that I talk about cheating so much. Please don't cheat on significant others.
This is the most controversial episode so far, and we're at 2.
2. Hopefully we can stay consistent and have more. If you guys, nobody commented about anything last time, but seriously, if you guys have thoughts, prayers, questions,
concerns,
comment them down below on YouTube or on Spotify.
On the Spotify thing. Yeah.
No.
Bye.